Hello, my lovely and sweet Tauruses. This is your horoscope for 2025. Welcome to the new year. I can't believe a year passed so fast. We are at the end of 2024. And 2025 will be amazing year. You know, it's sort of a year when everything shifts. It's sort of a year when everything changes. We are in the middle of we are almost at the door of the next sort of chapter of our life, because all the planets will change signs, especially slow moving planets, karmic planets that are affecting us on a more subconscious level, and even personal planets. All of them will retrograde. Beginning of 2025 until end of April will be sort of slow, because all the planets will retrograde one by one. Personal planets, I'm speaking about Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury. They are affecting us directly. That's why they are called personal planets, through people, through events, through situations, directly internalized. Now, they will be retrograding until end of April. So, sort of beginning of the year will be slow. But the biggest news for you will be from Uranus, my dear Tauruses. Uranus is finally leaving your sign. Now, a little bit about 2025. Now, 2025, sort of a middle year between 26 and 24. You know why? Because all these planets are changing, and they will be showing us sort of video clips, sort of preview of what's to come in 2026. That's why 2025 will be significant to notice all the changes that are happening in your life. But you know what? When planets, they are at the end of the zodiac sign and in the beginning of another, they usually are strongest, and they show us the most changes that will happen in 2026, but it all begins in 2025. So, 2025 will be the year to write down all the things that are happening to you, because those things are coming back in 2026 the fullest. Now, let's begin with your 2025. Uranus, the biggest news, changing signs, and it's leaving your sign, your first house. My dear Tauruses, it's been occupying your sign since 2018, 2019. Now, Uranus takes 7 years to change signs. So in one sign, meaning they spent 7 years, and for the last 7 years it was occupying your sign. It was giving you a lot of transformation, sudden changes, sudden opportunities also. And because Uranus is planet of shock and electricity and all the things which is, let's say, technologically modern. Uranus is also a planet of astrology. These kind of topics came into your life all of a sudden, and it could be also gave you quite a lot of surprises. It was passing through your sun, because your sun, my dear Tauruses, are exactly in this. By the way, in this sign. By the way, don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too, because usually rising sign is the strongest affected. But for some people, it might be sun or moon, depending on your chart, so you get to compare which one is the strongest influential. Now, 7th of July, Uranus finally moves to the next sign, and that's your second house, my dear Tauruses, financial house. For the next 7 years, it will be transforming, giving you all of a sudden shocking opportunities in your money house. But this year, 2025, it will spend there a little bit of a window until November 8th, but it will be back for good for 7 years in April 2026 because of its retrograding. Now, while Uranus will be transiting your second house from July until November, seems like it will give you sort of what's to come. It will hint you on what to expect from the next 7 years, while Uranus will be in your second house of money. Second house is all about earning abilities, earning skills. How much we earn, that's how much we respect ourselves. That is directly linked. That's why second house is also a house of values. What you value in life. Is it your family, or relationship, or money, or your health, whatever is that. And also second house linked to self-esteem, self-worth. Now, Uranus coming here, it will be giving you a lot of opportunities to earn, and also to change your resources of earning. Within those 7 years, you will change a lot of things in terms of how you earn money, from where you earn money, like what kind of job you do. Also, Uranus rules your 10th house of career in your natal chart. So it seems like a lot of Tauruses will completely switch their occupation. What they are doing right now won't be anymore the case, and you might be changing your job, your career. And if it's happening in 2025, it's a big chance that you're going to stay there next 7 years, building for yourself a name, my dear Tauruses, in that company or in that position, or whatever you're changing there. Now, for the last 7 years, since 2018 2019, it was changing you, because it was transiting your first house. It's all about me. It's all about my priorities, my plans. Your plans could have changed drastically since then, and couple of times, not even only once, shockingly changing the direction of your life, even for yourself. You've got realized couple of surprises about yourself, probably. And also, it's about our body, it's about our appearance, how we look. A lot of Tauruses change how they look. Like maybe they hit the gym, as an example. Maybe you've got into the healthy lifestyle kind of thing, or a lot of maybe you've done a lot of plastic surgeries, as an example. Because first house is all about body, and it's all about how we look. And a lot of Tauruses changed actually this part of themselves, and Uranus gave quite big and small lessons around how to cherish yourself, how to love yourself through those changes, either through sport or healthy eating habits or healthy lifestyle or plastic surgeries, no matter which one is that. Now, in second house is also about job. I said a lot of people will change, especially you guys will change what you're doing now. And also, it's material possessions. Uranus here might give you sort of expensive gifts, and those not only gifts but purchases. You might purchase something which is know-how, sort of technologically advanced, like for example robots, of this Tesla, or something which is new on the market. So you might purchase sort of this way, or this kind of houses that are building, people are building instantly. They are ordering from Amazon or somewhere else, if you know what I mean. Sort of this kind of a lot of new technologies will be coming into your life as a possibility, with Uranus here. Now, with these slow moving planets as Uranus, sort of karmic planets, they affect us on our subconscious level, subconscious awareness, and more of a awakening as well. And two other slow moving planets will also change sign. Pluto changed last year. For the next 20 years, it's found its new home. And now Neptune, 30th of March, will also change sign. That's why 2025 is huge as a transformation, not only personally, but to the whole world. There might be something going on in the beginning of the year, so that people need to pause and think what to do next, especially when these personal planets will go retrograde, all of them one by one until April, like this Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, and Venus. This kind of sort of moment when we'll seems like whole world will be in a waiting sort of time, waiting something to finish, and it might be on the world level going on something. Now, Neptune on 30th of March will move into your 12th house. It was occupying for the last 14 years your 11th house. Now, Neptune needs 14 years. It takes 14 years to change sign, roughly speaking. So for the last 14 years, it was in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is all about dreams, about future plans, our wishes, what we hold close to our heart, what we wish for. Now, since 2011 and 2012, that means there was quite a lot of Neptune was giving you pink color sort of dreams and even imagination. It was perfect there. It was fueling your subconscious mind and also your imaginative powers, manifestation power, because Neptune is a planet of magic. It's a planet of imagination. It's an amazing planet, and to have it in 11th house, it was giving you sort of that self-confidence of your dreams to come true, and you've got also a lot of times of daydreaming because Neptune in 11th house can give you sort of long periods of just wishing for something as well. Now, Neptune will move on 30th of March into your 12th house until 22nd of October. Now, from March to October, Neptune will give you a preview what's to come in the next 14 years from 2026, because it comes back into your 12th house on January 26, 2026. It will slip back into your 11th house briefly after October because of its retrograde, but then it comes back for the next 14 years of transit into your 12th house. Now, 12th house is all about subconscious mind. Whatever you dreamed for the last 14 years, now you will have the power to manifest it. Now you will have the power to make it come true, make it a reality, because 12th house is all about ourself, our inner work, how we work with ourselves and how we manifest. And Neptune is the planet of manifestation, the planet of magic. And here it seems like it gives you this sort of elusive and magical powers to manifest whatever you wished for the last, let's say, those years, couple years. Now, 12th house is also house of rest, and Neptune here will give you, like, a lot of Tauruses might decide to start doing, let's say, yoga as an example, or something which is like, or swimming as well, because Neptune is a ruler of water, and plus, like, a 12th house is also near water, and everything, like, which doesn't need sort of strength, which doesn't need a lot of stress and a lot of activities, but then sort of which is fluid. This kind of type of sport or this kind of recreational activities might be coming into your life on a like basic daily level, let's say, and you can be actually integrating those practices into, or let's say, meditating. A lot of Tauruses will start meditating as well with Neptune in their 12th house. And it might be that you might become even a professional in this area, or going to pilgrimage even. You might decide that you don't want to live this kind of life and you want to travel whole your life, as an example. It could be that too. Now, anyhow, when Neptune goes into your 12th house, it's more like a private house, it's more about self. You might start recognizing, like, fully that you are, as a part of a bigger society, and the society, like, whoever you're going to meet will be sort of a mirror, and sort of you will be recognizing your parts within other people, like your friends. For the last 14 years, when Neptune was in your 11th house, it was also giving you a lot of friendships, which could have been, like, let's say, dreamy people, people who can dream and who taught you a lot in terms of, like, magic, in terms of how to manifest, how to dream big, as an example, that there are no boundaries to your dreams. Sort of this kind of friendships might have been formed as well while Neptune was in your 11th house. Now, another planet, Saturn, will move into your 12th house too. And Saturn is the planet of, a karmic planet and planet of responsibilities, and it's a strict teacher of the universe. And on 25th of May, Saturn shifts into your 12th house until 1st of September. It will, from May to September, it will give you again sort of video clip, preview of what's to come, it will be hinting you what to change in your life in order to accommodate it more friendly way, because Saturn might come across as a very harsh as well, and sometimes hard to deal. But Saturn, it all depends of your past deeds. If have you worked on your, let's say, problematic areas, or you haven't, it depends on that. And when Saturn hits and it comes and checks, if you did your work, then it gives you presents. If you didn't, then it gives you more lessons. So nothing to blame here, the planets. Everything is on us. Now, Saturn spends 2 to 3 years in one sign. So since 2023, it was in your 11th house, and now, Saturn will move into your 12th house on 25th of May, but it will come back to this 12th house for the next 3 years. On February 14, 2026, to stay until 2028. While Saturn was transiting your 11th house, it could have also restricted your friendship, friendship circle since 2023. Like, let's say for a reason that your friends were moving somewhere else, they relocated somewhere else, not necessarily like you just had an argument or something. That is also a possibility, but there are like millions of reasons. Could be like your friend moved somewhere or got married and I don't know, got busy with her marriage life, let's say, and that's why you sort of there is communication, was less communication with your friends for whatever reason was there. Like Saturn, sort of whatever it touches makes it smaller. So in your 11th house, it was making your social circle smaller. Or maybe it's you who I don't know, fell in love and got busy with your private life rather than your social life, and you let's say spent less time with your friends since 2023, and it was sort of making your social circle smaller and online presence as well, because 11th house is all about online social media and in real life too, physical life, because for whatever reason is there, Saturn makes everything smaller. Now this Saturn is moving into your 12th house. Now 12th house is all about far travels, also far lands somewhere, and it seems like for the next 2 to 3 years, even if you wish to, let's say, move or travel somewhere far, it can be possible, but just for like a small short period of time, but not as a moving. But those things might happen like across the ocean, for example, only after 2028, when Saturn moves out from your this 12th house, because 12th house is a house of restrictions and Saturn is a planet of restrictions. You know, it's restricting sort of, you might also self-restrict yourself, because 12th house is all about subconscious mind. Here you need to work with yourself better to get those you know, therapies maybe, or to those sessions, whatever sessions. And also 12th house is all about spiritual esoterics, like science. So it seems like some of you guys might got interested into astrology, numerology, all these things very heavily, and Saturn here will make you let's say isolate yourself and study. Sort of this kind of thing might happen, like study a lot, because 12th house is all about isolation, is all about privacy and solitude, what we do behind the scenes, let's say. Saturn naturally rules your 9th house, so it's travel. Seems like there might be even less travel with Saturn in your 12th house. Now 12th house is also a house of surgeries, and here, you know, Saturn might give you sort of a couple of lessons, so take good care around you know, here while Saturn will be not transiting your 12th house. I would advise you to go to all the checkups even before Saturn moves into your 12th house, which is 25th of May. Now, Saturn is the planet of responsibility. It might also give you some sort of responsibility with your 12th house. Sort of, it might be that you will get involved into religion, because 12th house is all about religion. It's all about this, you know, religious places and power places. Seems like you might get quite serious around that too. And when I say in general that it's a bit about restriction house, it might be, you know, you have to like translate it into your particular situation. It might be, for example, because you are pregnant and you're giving birth, for example, and you are sort of limited, right? Not a lot of travels, not a lot of moves. You need to take care. You need to be in solitude most of the time with your baby, taking care, like, you know, full-time mama, let's say you're becoming, as an example. It could be this way too, not necessarily something totally like restrictive, but for some Tauruses it might be about hospitals, also about prisons, because those are like isolated places. Or in a more positive note, it might be an island, like you might move to some island to live there and to be stuck actually until 2028, my dear Tauruses. Now and about Pluto, one another slow-moving planet. Now, Pluto in 2025 will affect only from 0 to 3 degrees. It will be influential, meaning those of you who have in Aquarius, from 0 to 3 degrees, whatever there, let's say planets, placements, ascendant, whatever is that, you will get the most of Pluto's influence. You might feel Pluto. Pluto is a transformational planet, you know, and Aquarius for you, my dear Tauruses, is 10th house. Now, 10th house is all about social status. A lot of you guys might get married, might give birth, or might change your social status. Like you also might get divorced as well. Pluto is a transformation, and here your social status, like what kind of status you are occupying in a bigger society is changing, or for some of you guys attaining big higher influence, like reputation, like a CEO manager or position. This kind of sort of change, like climbing the career ladder might happen for you guys, and to the very highest point with a great big amount of money, because Pluto is also a big amount of money. It's amazing. For example, if you get like married, it might be that you're marrying a rich person, as an example, or you yourself like getting a position, and it comes with a lot of influence plus money. Whatever is your situation, you will feel this Pluto from 0 to 3 degrees, because Pluto will move only until 3 degrees in 2025. Now let's talk about Jupiter, planet of luck. Where is your luck gonna be in 2025? Jupiter will change sign on 9th of June. Now, it will move into your third house. Third house is all about communication, and also all about your siblings, if you have them, or relatives. Now, before June, it will stay in your second house, house of income. It's transiting since last year, June. 2024 means for the whole this year and the next half year left, still a lot of time to make for yourself a name, to earn, let's say, to change, to get lucky around how you earn money, because Jupiter is a planet of luck and abundance, and it's in your financial house. A lot of Tauruses might get sort of promotions at work, or change job to the better ones in the upcoming half year until June. Or you might double your salary, like go under salary revision, even not once or twice, for example. Or you might like monetize your hobbies, so to get the second income, as an example, like passive income. But when Jupiter moves into your third house on 9th of June, it will change. It will focus on your communication skills, on your actually skills of how you communicate, how you let's say use social media, how you use your skills. Also, it's a courage house. It might give you that bravery, that courage to start something, to open something new. And Jupiter will stay in your third house for a whole year until next June 2026. And you might recall back to 12 years ago, back to 2013, what was going on in your life back then, because Jupiter was exactly in that house. And it seems like it might give you similar topics. Nothing in our life is the same. So that's why here the same, like it might be giving you similar topics. For example, if you like opened, let's say, a social media account 12 years ago, and now will be the time, I don't know, that you are celebrating something big around the social media, or you are closing it, vice versa, because you decided, let's say, to do something else, as an example. Or for example, let's say your sister or brother got married back in 2013 or 14, and now they are, I don't know, having baby, or they are moving somewhere, or something going on like in your sibling's life, which is affecting you again, or they're divorcing, for example, if that's the case. Now, Jupiter naturally rules your financial house, 8th house. It's a house of family budget, whatever money that comes into your pocket from other people, or from governments, like institutions, from other society. For example, if you're a student, then that's your scholarship, because you don't earn that money comes to you from like government. Or if you like marry, then money that you share with your husband or wife, as an example. Or if it's like it could be also bank loan, that money too, or investments or inheritance that are coming to you from family, I don't know, members. Now, because Jupiter rules all these things, seems like it might be related to that too. You might inherit some things, you might invest into, and investing, it seems like will be more together with your relatives, or with the help of the relatives, or I don't know, in a relative's business might be. especially like if you have siblings, it might be that you're together opening a business with your brother or sister, or you're opening some courses like trainings, you're launching new training, new courses. Could be that too as a third house. And third house is also social media house. You might get lucky around your social media presence as well, like your communication style might change. Also, to learn new languages, you will have amazing opportunity to learn here, like to start speaking different language, because Jupiter is a significant of everything foreign, and it's moving into your third house. Third house is all about languages as well, in our inner circle, like close circle of friends that you communicate daily. And it seems like your surrounding will be full of foreigners or some people who speak different language, and you, because of that, you will have to learn it, but it might be with pleasure sort of coming, because Jupiter at the end of the day, it's a planet of luck, so it might be that you start learning it, will learn new language amazingly. I would suggest you to take up that chance if you have that, and it seems like you will have that. Also, third house is about transportation and driving. A lot of you guys might start driving or buying a car, after June, when Jupiter moves into your third house, which will be amazing if you do so. Now, what else I would like to mention? I think that's it. Well, we'll talk about this Jupiter transiting more in a whole separate video next year. Now, let's talk about personal planets, specifically your ruler Venus, planet of love and beauty, my dear Tauruses. Now, I would like to mention, you guys, when Venus transits your first house, because when Venus is in our sign, in our first house, we feel we are irresistible, and we are irresistible, and we are confident, we are attractive to other people, and we have this power of confidence, power of convincing anyone to anything. So write down these dates. Venus will be transiting your first house from June 6th to July 4th. So first, like whole June almost, it will be in your sign, giving you this power of attraction, my dear Tauruses. And another thing, Venus in the 7th house. I love Venus in the 7th house. It gives perfect sort of lovely relationship with your one and only, or in your committed partnership house. Now, it will happen from November 6th until November 30th. You might enjoy the communication and the time with your one and only. Venus this year will retrograde, and Venus retrogrades every year and a half. And when Venus retrogrades, it's not advisable to get married. So write down these dates, 2nd of March until April 13th. Now, 40 days when Venus retrogrades, it's not good to sign papers of marriage, because at the end of the day, Venus is the planet of love, my dear Tauruses, and it's your ruler. You're affected by Venus the most. Better to postpone all the plastic surgeries as well from 2nd of March until April 13th. Now, Mars will have unusual behavior, because Mars, it seems like universe through Mars telling us to concentrate on two areas of our life. And let me tell you, since September 2024, it's just stuck in these two areas of life in your natal chart, and it will be so active until June 2025. So that's almost a whole year. Because of its retrograde, it's stuck in these two signs, but the universe is telling us something, my dear Tauruses. Now, from January 6th until April, it will be in your third house, and third house is all about siblings. Might be that you get busy with your siblings as well, or you might start going to some courses, maybe language courses, or any other advancement courses, like some skills, maybe coding or AI courses, I don't know, or you are creating yourself courses. For example, you are becoming mentor, you are teaching somewhere, you might start doing so, or like driving courses as well, or you might start driving, Now, from April until June, it will want you to focus on your family and your real estate, like where you live, your living situation. And family is all about, also could be mother situation here from April until June, or you might move somewhere, you might change like where you live, or some things like you might fix some things at the house, as an example. You might change the furniture, as an example. There are like millions of examples can be given. So something related to your home, just so you translate it into your particular example life. Now let's talk about eclipses, because these eclipses will be huge for you guys. Now eclipses, they are rocket ships of the universe. They bring us to the point so fast, so shockingly, in our life. And eclipses bring big and life-changing events, like once in a lifetime things. For example, getting married or getting divorced, or losing someone or something, or I don't know, moving somewhere, changing I don't know, passport, the citizenship, changing location where you live, selling your house or buying a house. Like this kind of big life-changing events might happen when eclipses appear. And eclipses, they appear because of lunar nodes. Now lunar nodes, they are two, north node and south node, and they are always affecting two signs which are opposite to each other. And those two signs, since and these nodes, they change every a year and a half in one sign. Roughly speaking, they spend 1 year and a half, almost 5 months, in one sign, changing the lives of those signs. Since July 2023, it was in your 12th house and 6th house. Now that houses are like service houses. 12th house, north node was in the 12th house, and south node was in your 6th house, transforming how you view and how you treat your health. For example, maybe since then you start going to gym, or take up like Pilates or yoga, or whatever, like healthy lifestyle. You might have changed those things, you might have changed drastically, because south node is in your 6th house. A lot of you guys lost maybe even job, or quit your job, or change totally what you do, and for a long period, because south node is a node of loss in astrology. And it might be that it's in your house of work, was transiting since July 2023. So since then you might have, I don't know, been unemployed, as an example. Or you might have just changed your job also. Now 12th house is all about like foreign far lands. You might have, a lot of Tauruses might have moved somewhere very far, also somewhere like, I don't know, over the ocean, let's say, or to some island, to live into some kind of island, as an example. Some of you guys bought a hotel also, because 12th house is all about hotels. Or not necessarily buying, or just getting into this business of hotel, like real estate business, working there, as an example. Now those lunar nodes will move into your 11th house and 5th house on January 29th. Now you might recall back to 18 years ago, because every 18 years those nodes, they are in the same position. So back in 2007 and 2008, what was going on in your life, my dear Tauruses? Those things might happen again. Nothing is exactly same in our life. That's why something similar, like 18 years back. For example, you met a person 18 years ago, and since then you've been together, and now something significant happens within that relationship, either divorce, either marriage, either, I don't know, having a kid. Something might going on there. Like not all of you guys, but for some of you guys it will be like sort of similar topics might be happening. Now 11th house and 5th house is all about enjoying life, and 11th house is this axis about your dreams, about how you enjoy your life, how you like dream big. Also it's about social media, like how you communicate, internet, popularity house. Well, this is amazing placement if you have a wish to be popular on social media, online. This is amazing sign from universe to start that page, like YouTube or channel, or I don't know, Instagram page or TikTok page, whatever is that. This lunar nodes will be helping you through eclipses to faster get to your desired point. Now 5th house is all about kids, children and business. A lot of you guys might in the next a year and a half get pregnant or give birth as well, because it's in this axis for children's access, kids access. Also could be about business. A lot of you guys might, let's say if you had business before, you might close it and now you might go working online, as an example, like for social media, or vice versa. You quit your 9 to 5 job and now you like online nomad as an example. Also, you might start living this kind of life that you're traveling and you're just working online with computer. That might happen too here. Now, fifth house is also about love, and meeting someone special here might happen. Even like to get married, meeting someone who you wished for a long time, like falling in love might happen here, my dear Tauruses. This is amazing. Now, we will have 4 eclipses, and almost all of them are amazing, my dear Tauruses, except for the one problematic one, the last one. The first one, March 14th, will happen in your 5th house, lunar eclipse, because Uranus will be active there. Sudden positive surprises together with responsibility might come, because it's a 5th house, it's a house of kids. Take good care. Around March 14th, you might get pregnant. If you wish so, then this is amazing opportunity. If you're not, then this will be a surprise, and it seems like you will be happy to that surprise, but still it comes with responsibility, because Saturn reminds us that baby is a responsibility anyhow, right? 5th house is also a house of business. Some of you guys might open business here or might get an offer, like sudden offer about like opening a business, as an example. Also, 5th house is about love, falling in love. It's about romance, and here you might meet someone exciting if you're single. This is amazing. March 14th, make this date, like note this date and go around, circle around, my dear Tauruses. Now, second eclipse, March 29, will happen in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is this eclipse is extremely amazing one, the perfect one eclipse. This will be solar eclipse, and it's falling in your 12th house of subconscious mind. Here you will have perfect, circumstances, and astrologically speaking, and like real life speaking, to manifest your dream. So meditate on this eclipse. I would strongly suggest you to write down your wishes around this date, around this solar eclipse. They will have a power to come true, my dear Tauruses. September 7th, third eclipse, also powerful and beautiful lunar eclipse in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is all about wishes and dreams, and this one will have a potent one to bring your dream come true, my dear Tauruses, because Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus will be in a beautiful sync with each other at 1 degree. All of them at 1 degree in their respective signs, meaning something beginning, something powerful happening in September. In general, from 2025, September will be far the best month of that year, and specifically September 7th lunar eclipse. This eclipse will have power to bring your wish come true. Whatever you wish you have in your heart, seems like universe is on its way to serve it to you on a golden platter, let's say, my dear Tauruses. Amazing one. And the last one, September 21, 5th house. This one will be solar one, but Saturn and Neptune will oppose that solar eclipse, reminding you about responsibilities, my dear Tauruses. But anyhow, that trio, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus, will be helping you out whole September. Nothing will be so bad, seems like, around September, because it's giving you amazing wish come true here. And if you wished, for example, for popularity, this wish will be served too, my dear Tauruses. Now, let me tell you a little bit of important dates also to note in 2025. February 23rd, Neptune will meet North Node. Now, this is a very rare transit. Their meetup usually is very rare, and it's magical because it's happening in your 11th house. Your wishes are getting granted, my dear Tauruses, in 2025. These two, Neptune and North Node, they met last time 16th century, back in 16th century. Can you imagine? And now they are meeting again in your 11th house. Magical one. Manifest your dream around February 23rd. It's amazing one. This day you should not miss, my dear Tauruses. Neptune is a planet of magic. North Node is a planet of, not planet, sorry. It's a mathematical point of, it's a destiny point. And, 11th house is a house of wish and dream and your future and popularity, social media, internet house. This day is amazing one. Now, there will be some things happening in the world too, because these two met back in 16th century, and now they are meeting again. And on a personal level, it might be also magical things might happen to you, my dear Tauruses. Now, April 14th, we have Saturn conjunct North Node. Saturn also meets North Node in your 11th house. That's also one of the rare aspects transits, and it happened last time back in 19th century, 1877, like 150 years ago almost. And Saturn meeting North Node in your 11th house seems like might give you a powerful friend, a friend who can guide, a friend who can teach you and show you things, how to needs to be done, in the best possible way. This is amazing one too. So grab this opportunity around April 14th. September 4, we have Jupiter making amazing aspect with North Node. And in general, as I said, beginning of September is 5-star period for anything. It's the perfect time for any sort of beginnings, for anything to schedule, because universe will be working on your dreams, my dear Tauruses. Seems like you will be the star of 2025. And when Jupiter, planet of lucky from your 3rd house, will make connection to that destiny node in your 11th house, there is there is a big possibility that your name will be on everyone's lips. Your name, you might, make for yourself a big name. You might become popular overnight, how they say. You might become, if that's your wish, or you might get pregnant if that's your wish too. Or you might sign a stellar contract, agreement. And it seems like it will be more about social media communication agreement. This is amazing one, my dear Tauruses. Now, this was your horoscope for 2025. I wish you amazing, perfect 2025. Keep me updated what's going on in your life, because this, your chart is perfect for manifesting a dream in 2025. I love you all. Bye-bye.